So this is our fourth video in which we're going to be populating our LMS page with resources for the students to use throughout the course. It's a way of having not to make paper handouts or other types of file share actions. So we can click on the resources and we see there are two types, handouts and bookmarks. Handouts, you're going to be putting various types of files like Word files, Excel files, PowerPoints, uh, PDF files, and uh, have these available for the students either throughout the term or as you deem necessary. For example, you can have an Excel file that the students will work on during class as a class activity. So you may set it so that it opens at a particular time and closes at a particular time. You can also add links to various web pages that you want to make available to the students. And you can organize the bookmarks the same way that we do the handouts. So let's begin by adding a handout. And the first thing that we need to decide is where does this handout belong in the units that we had previously set up in coursework. Remember the last video in coursework, we set up a number of different units. I did one for the full term for exam and quizzes, and then various objectives based on the learning objectives in the textbook. So we're going to add this handout. We're going to put it in the first objective that we're going to use on the first day of class. And this is going to be a student file that we're going to use as an activity. So let me find it. It is in my course folder. I have prior to this organized my handouts by objective. So I can go down to the objective and I can click on the first one, which is going to be population data, and that's going to be the first activity we're going to do in class. And this is going to be for use in class. And I'm going to call this a student file, and it's population data. And the students will be referred to the LMS page. They'll reopen this. Now, if I didn't want them to be able to see what they're going to be working on before class, I would click on display later manually and establish the date. In this case, we're going to be working on that the first day of class, and that's August 25th. And I want to open that at the beginning of class at 6 p.m. All right, so I can now save this, and it will be listed under the first objective. And we would continue to do that for all of the files that you want to upload. You can do it ahead of time. You can do it as necessary. Sometimes I've even done it during the class. Say there are a set of files and you realize you don't have a unit set up for them. Well, you can do that by adding a set. And the issue with that is when you do that, by default, it appears as the last item below the units that you have set up. In my case, I want to put a set of files called administrative. So what I'm going to do is go back to coursework. I'm going to add a unit. So I'm going to manage units. I'm going to add a unit, and I'm going to call this administrative. And these will have files like the syllabus, course plans, other materials I want to share with the students. As you can see here, this defaults alphabetically, so administrative will be the first item on our list. If you wanted to rearrange it, you would go to the unit ordering and manually place the order in which you want, but this works just fine for me. So let me go back to resources, and now I want to add a handout in that administrative group, and I want to add in a course plan. And this also has the exam dates on it. And I want to make sure the students know that it's subject to revision. I'll probably make this in bigger letters. And I want to display this now. If we want to order the sets to place administrative first, we can't do it. Frustrating. All right, we'll just have to leave it like that and move forward. All right. Next, I like to have a set where I can have files that only I can see. If I don't have my laptop, this eliminates the need for a zip drive. So I'm going to add a set, and I'm going to call it, I like to call it fcloud. And this basically is sort of a cloud-based storage system for me that's contained through LMS. All right, so if I want to add a file to this, I would choose the fcloud. I've been working on quizzes for this course, and I've got a document, quiz 1, that I'm working on, and I'll sort of code it just in case anybody by accident can see it. And I want to click on display later and then hit save. Now I can see it, but if a student were to go to this web page, this is what they would see. Since we haven't opened the student file, the only thing the students can see right now is the course plan. On the first day of class, the student file that we had set up will automatically show up and be available here. When we go back to our overview, when the student clicks on the first unit, administrative, they'll see the resources that are available. And if we go back to regular view, we can see the objective 1, no resources displaying because that resource will not open up until a later date. The other area that we're going to talk about is bookmarks. And we're going to add a bookmark that will take the students to a page that talks about the Microsoft certification exam, which is part of this course. So we're going to place this under the administrative, and we're going to go get that link. So I'll click on another tab. In my favorites, I have saved this web page for the Certified Microsoft Office Specialist. And I'll go up to this page here, copy, and I can paste it then into this bookmark, and I can give it a title, information on MOS certification exam. and I want to display that now. So the students will see this link, the course plan. They'll be able to go over, look at information about the Microsoft exam on the course overview. If they choose administrative, they'll see that there is a link set up and the course plan. As you populate your resources uh, on this home view, the students will be able to see it only if they click on that drop-down menu. Again, this is something that the main campus decided. I don't know if it's particularly useful for us unless you really want to get very detailed as to dates and uh, very specifics on the LMS page. So that basically is how to populate the resources.